The Spanish and Portuguese-speaking peoples of Central and South America make up the 14 countries reached by prison fellowship in this region. Catholicism is the dominant expression of Christianity in these countries, where many are suffering from severe poverty, and problems with violence do not stop in the streets. In many of the 1,200 prisons, this escalating violence has combined with overcrowding to a stage where prison authorities themselves have been placed in constant jeopardy. It is here that prison fellowship has been taking the love of Christ into some of the most dangerous places on earth. Honduras is one of the poorest countries in Central America. Still recovering from decades of military rule, devastating hurricanes, and failed crops. Year by year, the rate of poverty grows, and so does the crime.
In my region, there are many things going on right now, and most of them are led by the hunger of having better prisons and better prison facilities for the prisoners.
The situation of the 27 prisons in this country is especially sad and depressing. Very small prisons, overcrowding, very bad food. The prisons that have been built for 150 people, they force in 400. Rooms that are only 4 square meters can have more than 6 people living in them. It really is depressing.
The government of Honduras gives less than US 30 cents per person per day for food, and that's impossible to be achieved. So from that need, Prison Fellowship Honduras developed a program of hydroponics and also some traditional farming, little farming in very little spaces, and they began this in the women's prison. This has been a very successful program. Even this program has been key to lead more volunteers into Prison Fellowship Honduras. Because of this program, Prison Fellowship Honduras has grown and has grown into also getting professionals, engineers to get into this.
In putting this hydroponics garden here, Prison Fellowship Honduras is helping immensely. It is not only a good way to teach people a new trade, it also makes their life here a lot more bearable. They get to learn something for their future when they get released. And it's a trade that means they can provide themselves with better food.
The most important thing is that these vegetables are being grown inside the prison to improve the food of the prisoners and also to improve the hope of them.
People here are learning valuable skills, learning to work with each other and with the volunteers from the community. This is also a great opportunity for prisoners to gain self-esteem.
Pues mi visión para The vision for Prison Fellowship Honduras is to be able to see the 27 prisons in this country transformed into true rehabilitation centers. Achieving that is my biggest dream, and that's what we're working towards.
We are very grateful and very fulfilled by the fact that we can go into prisons and bring the love of Jesus Christ there and tell them that God loves them. And I am a very happy person because I can go to prison and do this kind of job.
This is Pastor Magno. He's been leading a church inside the walls of San Pedro Sula prison for over 6 years. He himself is a prisoner.
There are basically two schools here in the prison. One is the school of evil, the school of Satan, where you learn how to perfect all your evil deeds. But also you have the school of God, where He fulfills His promise and you learn how to pray and worship Him. God called me to do this job here 6.5 years ago when I just came in. I began preaching, and at the beginning, I began with 2 members, 2 people praying with me, preaching with me, and God has fulfilled His promises and has supported all of our jobs. And today, we have a congregation, a church of up to 700 members inside the prison. Even though I am a prisoner here, a prisoner in my body, I don't consider myself a prisoner. I consider myself a free man because the word of the Lord is in me.